ENTPs, the charismatic debaters, the restless innovators, the ones who thrive on intellectual chaos. They may seem easygoing and open-minded, but deep down there are certain things they absolutely can't stand, even if they won't admit it. If you have an ENP in your life, you might want to take notes. Let's dive into 10 things ENTPs secretly hate. Repetitive, mundane routines. If there's one thing that can slowly kill an ENTP's spirit, it's being stuck in a repetitive routine. Whether it's a rigid 9-to-5 job, predictable schedules, or doing the same thing every day, it feels like a mental prison. They need novelty, adventure, and the freedom to follow their latest obsession. People who take themselves too seriously. ENTPs love a good debate, but they despise people who can't take a joke or handle a little playful banter. If you take yourself too seriously, expect them to poke fun at you, just to see if they can break that overly rigid shell of yours. Being told to just accept it? ENTPs have a hardwired need to question everything. Blindly accepting tradition, authority, or rules without a logical explanation? Not gonna happen. If you tell an ENTP because that's the way it is, they'll likely go on a mission to prove why it shouldn't be. Emotional manipulation. ENTPs may be playful, but they're not naive. If they sense someone trying to guilt trip them, use passive aggressiveness, or emotionally manipulate them, they'll either call it out brutally or distance themselves completely. They prefer directness. Just say what you mean. Being ignored in a debate. ENTPs live for discussions, debates, and intellectual sparring. But what really gets under their skin? When someone refuses to engage or just waves them off with whatever, it's like putting out a fire before it even starts. Overly sensitive people who get offended too easily. ENTPs love pushing boundaries with humor and debate, but they hate walking on eggshells. If someone gets offended by every little thing, it drains their energy. They don't mean to be rude, they just see the world through a lens of curiosity and fun. Small talk. Talking about the weather, how your weekend went? An ENTP would rather be discussing conspiracy theories, philosophy, or the meaning of life. Small talk feels like a waste of brain power, and they'll often find a way to steer the conversation into something way more interesting, or escape it entirely. Slow thinkers. ENTPs think fast. Their brains move at lightning speed, bouncing from idea to idea. So when someone takes too long to process information or can't keep up with their quick-witted banter, ENTPs can get frustrated. It's not personal, they just thrive on rapid-fire conversations. Being controlled or restricted. Tell an ENTP they have to do something, and suddenly they don't want to do it anymore. They hate feeling restricted, whether it's by rules, expectations, or authority figures. Freedom is their lifeblood, and anything that threatens that will be met with rebellion. A lack of intellectual stimulation. ENTPs are constantly seeking mental stimulation. If a conversation, environment, or relationship lacks depth and excitement, they'll quickly lose interest. They need people who challenge them, ideas that excite them, and a life that keeps them on their toes. So, do you relate to any of these? Or do you know an ENTP who fits this list perfectly? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more psychology and personality deep dives.